Good morning, students. Please take out your notebooks and pens. Alright, so I'm Mr. Lin, and then today I'm going to talk about the winter blues and how to fight them off. Alright, so today we'll discuss three things. The first thing, what the winter blues are. The second thing, the root of winter blues. And the last one, a self-care guide to help you against winter blues. Alright, so first thing first, let's talk about what are the winter blues. So the winter blues, medically, are known as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. Perhaps by the name, you can tell it's not a very good thing, right? So it is a mild depression occurred during winter every year. You feel sad, you feel down during the winter. That's what we call winter blue. It makes you feel down, agitated, hopeless, sluggish, and in some extreme cases, suicidal. Unfortunately, it lasts several months and will usually go away in spring or summer. Alright, so why don't we talk a little bit about what experiencing winter blues are like? You'll feel, so first thing, fatigue, you'll feel burned out and physically and mentally. Anxiety, the uneasy feeling of worry and fear. Weight gain, you gain some weight when you suffer from the winter blue. Hypersomnia, you'll sleep more than usual when you experience the winter blues. And lastly, loss of interest. You'll feel withdrawal from usually pleasurable activities such as hanging out with your friends or watching movies. And I would like to talk about fatigue and weight gain with you. So fatigue is the feeling of burnout or lack of energy. The feeling of fatigue can be physical, mental, or a combination of both. So now you may be wondering, isn't fatigue just feeling tired? Everyone has felt tired before, right? Let me tell you, fatigue is not just simply feeling tired. Feeling tired can be resolved by a few nights of good sleep. However, fatigue cannot be resolved by a few nights of good sleep. You actually do not feel any better even though you have some good sleep or good naps. So, the symptoms of fatigue include poor concentration in lessons. Whatever the teacher say do not seem to get into your ears. The second one, slow reflexes and responses to others. When people ask you questions, when people talk to you, it actually will take you longer than usual to reply to them. Headache, your head hurts. And lastly, having trouble memorizing things. You just don't seem to remember whatever your teachers or your classmates tell you. Alright, the second symptom of the winter blues, weight gain. So people may pick up on carbohydrates and sugar when they experience the winter blues. Binge eating often help people cope with the feelings of sadness and hopelessness. And that's why people who feel sad and depressed will pick out on sweet food. And people suffering from the winter blues typically gain 2 to 7 kilograms. So studies show SAD is more common among women than men. It happens to 10% of the US population and lasts 40% of the year, and if left untreated, SAD can recur every year. So now perhaps I have spooked you. That sounds very scary, right? Now I'm going to talk about the root of the winter blues and how you can take care of yourself during winter. So the major cause of the winter blues is this: sunlight, or to be more precise with you, the lack of sunlight. In winter, the sun sets earlier while it rises later. So we have shorter time to indulge in sunlight. Everyone likes the sun, right? But now, during the winter, we actually have less time to enjoy it. So since our body rely on sunlight to time various function, our brain get confused and release the wrong hormones at the wrong time, which leads to the feeling of misery. So now I'm going to give you a self-care guide to winter blues. First thing, prioritize your sleep. So you can set your biological clock by maintaining a good sleep routine. Unwind yourself a little bit before you sleep. Better an hour before you sleep. Try to avoid using any electronics at night. So say goodbye to your cell phone or your iPad before you sleep, because the bright light will actually confuses your brain and makes you feel like it's still daytime, not the time for you to sleep. Dim the light a little bit, and then cut down your caffeine intake. Those things can help you sleep better at night. The second thing, exercise in the daytime. So staying active has always been a mood booster. It makes you feel better and happier. So by taking a 10 to 15 minutes walk outside, your mood can greatly improve. It's also a two birds, one stone thing, because it also increases your sunlight exposure and makes you happier. The last thing, socializing. So, isolation is as bad for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Not a very healthy thing for you, right? So, during winter, please reach out to your friends and relatives to boost your energy level. Just having a few casual conversations with them will actually make you feel a lot happier. And I know you probably don't want to talk to your friends or family when you feel down, but please try to avoid canceling the plan at the last minute. When you make a plan of seeing your friend, stick to it. See your friends. Alright, so here's the end of my sharing. But I would like to mention one last thing with you. If you and any of your friends are feeling down, are feeling the winter blues, please reach out to the school or anyone that can help you. Thank you.